Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Yellow Alert, where we take a look at the dev posts over the past week and break them down for you. So we're a little bit late to the party this week. It's just been one of those weeks and we're a little bit behind. So apologies for that. So if you're seeing this, a day or two later than normal, yeah, apologies. We'll always aim to bring you the content, even if it is a tiny bit late. Let's dive straight in. Okay, so first up we had a post from Brother Grimm and it says MSR Interior. Any idea when the lock functionality of the MSR doors will come back? The ability to lock open the MSR doors would be a big thing for me to play with my MSR more. And there was a response to this by the Flying Dutchman that says, I'd like them to automatically close when the room is being depressurized to protect the rest of the ship, or when the room is filled with fire, or if a poisonous external atmosphere from a hostile environment, planet or moon, is pouring in through an opening. And this would resemble how bulkhead doors behave on ocean-going vessels. They close even without main power being on. And we had a response from Calix Renault, and it says, this is indeed the plan, and the logic to support this has already been implemented and should be ready to plug into the sensor entities that actually detect changes in pressure or toxic gases when those come online. I think it was featured in an older ISC video, but the intended behaviour is that the connected doors will close automatically and will disable the proximity sensors until pressure is restored or the gasket behaviour is disabled. You'll still be able to manually open and close doors, unless otherwise enforced by a proper airlock system, but you won't have to worry about accidentally venting the ship just by walking by it anymore. As for the OP at the Brother Grimm, this should be working in the PTU now. Is it not? ? And then there's a bit of a long conversation, but that is the gist of it. It's interesting to know that that's still part of the plan, and hopefully we'll see that soon. Cool, so next up we had a post from Sir Berticus, and it says, bug. Vanguard Warden fixed a gun aim assist calculates the wrong target lock. So he's got some examples here basically, and it says last year CIG gave fixed weapons a slight gimbal assist to help get a target lock on targets. The target lock shows when your HUD targeting reticule twists into a small green square. Vanguards can equip long range guns under the chin. With the M7A or the CF557, you would expect to get a target lock at the mid 5,000 to high 5,000 meter range. In fact, if you are closing in on a target at 100 meters per second, you'll get that target lock even earlier, about 7,000 meters. Except if you're flying a Warden, it doesn't get a target lock until much closer in. Obviously something's wrong with the Warden's target calculations, since target lock happens at the wrong range. In fact, I suspect the Warden's aiming computer is basing the lock acquisition on only the size 2 guns, not the bigger size 5 gun. Please contribute if you can verify. So we had a response here from Yogi Klat, and he says, thanks for the heads up. We want to spend some time optimizing the aiming system at some point, and we'll take a look at what's going on there. My gut feeling is that this is an artifact coming from a gun loadout with big differences in bullet velocities. I can't be sure without a deeper investigation though. Anyways, really good find. It's on our list now. So there you go. It's nice that they're paying attention. Okay, so next up we had a post from F4NT0M3. I don't read leet. And it says, issue with joysticks and or throttle, resolved, usage of old XML bindings. So essentially, Phantom, as we'll call him, had an issue with the fact that he kept losing his bindings for his joysticks. And he had a solution here, which was to recreate the binding to have a fresh XML file to import or to export the binding, to create a new fresh XML file, confirmed by myself in this comment, blah, blah, blah. And then we had a response a bit further down, which was actually at Yogi Klat, and it was from Eramur, and it says, wait, do we have to create all our control profiles from scratch for 3.13? So Yogi Klat came back and said, you don't need to, but we surely recommend it. In 3.13, a file called actionmaps.xml in your profiles folder is saved in a non-binary XML format, which allows you to normally read it using a text editor. That also means that finding input assignment issues is a lot easier for us going forwards. Now, I don't normally read on, but this did make me giggle a little bit. we had a response from Noel Razor that said, the cover our asses approach of we recommend you delete your control file is great and all, but I'd really like to see you all do the opposite and take responsibility for the user experience. We strive to ensure you never have to delete your control file, should be the goal. And Yogi Klat's come back and said, long term, that is surely the goal. At the moment, though, there are bigger fishes to fry. Now, there's a double-edged sword there, because that should be one thing that you strive for immediately, is to make sure that the controls for a game work, and we don't have to continually learn or remap our controls every 5 minutes. But I do kind of see it from their point of view. They've got bigger things to work on. But I think that the user experience is a very important thing to get right, and to get right early. So I suppose everyone swings and roundabouts, as they say. Cool, so next up we had a post from Balor of Red, and it's a PTU feedback. So it's quantum sensitive and timed multi-drop deliveries. So he says, hello, quantum sensitive deliveries involve the delivery of sensitive material that can't be transported via quantum travel, requiring you to manually fly to the drop-off location. Timed deliveries degrade over time and are sensitive to jostling around, require expedience, but care in delivering. Hopefully, many of you have been able to give both of these new missions types a try. Let us know what you think of each new mission type below. So basically, Balor would like you to let them know what you think of their quantum sensitive deliveries. And basically, how do you feel about it? How is the experience from your point of view? I mean, just to give you an example, the first comment that I've read here is quantum sensitive delivery from A to B, distance 1,680 kilometers, payment 10k. Not enough. That does seem fair. Yeah, this is the one downside I think to Star Citizen at the moment, is that there are some missions which pay a vast amount of money for very little work, and there's some missions that pay very little money for a lot of work. And I know that does exist in the real world, but come on, this is a game. Okay, and another one from Balor of Red. This is another PTU feedback. Vehicle visual degradation. Hello, we recently made some adjustments to dial this back a bit to make it only noticeable after a decent period of time and relative to ship use. Hopefully you can spot steady wear on your ship if and when you get your ship around in the PU for a while. The goal is for the effect to be noticeable but not obtrusive. If you do, let us know what you think. So yeah, basically let them know what you think of their new vehicle visual degradation. Do you find that it is just enough, or do you think that it's still obtrusive? I love it when people use cool words. One more from Balor of Red. This is another PTU feedback and a survey. So this is FOIP and VOIP improvements and functionality. My takeaway from this would be just make them work, because they have literally never worked for me. But he says, hello testers. A number of improvements for FOIP and VOIP have gone into 3.13.0 to bring this feature up to expectations as a top priority. Many of these improvements and tweaks should address several underlying issues with stability. If you have been using either or both, you should have noticed greater consistency. If you haven't, give it a try. We would like to get your thoughts on how VOIP and FOIP compare to 3.12.1, if you have noticed the improvements and what issues are still remaining. Specifically, what major outstanding issues remain? Are there any new issues that have come up in 3.13.0? We also have a very brief survey, so there's a forms.office.com form there for you to have a little look at. Thanks for taking the time. So yeah, it's a good one. I like that they're actually putting some priority on this now, because we've had FOIP and VOIP in this game for a long time, and I know that it works for about 50% of people. In fact, I actually did a birthday message to one of my friends using FOIP. It's the first time and the only time it worked for me, but it was janky. It was so janky. So hopefully, this is something that they can start to push and get right. Okay, and last up, we've got a post from Ulf, and it says, CitizenCon 2951, save the date. Hello everyone, save the date for an all-digital CitizenCon 2951 on October 9th, 2021. As circumstances continue to keep us from gathering in person, we're bringing the electric CitizenCon energy to your homes in the form of an online show that's open and accessible to everyone on Twitch. While we're not ready to share the details just yet, you can expect a full day of events, panels and entertainment. And yes, the cosplay contest is coming back, It promises to be out of this world, or perhaps out of this system. We have some exciting opportunities for you to be part of the show, so keep an eye on Spectrum for more information as we get closer to the big day. Until then, stay safe, citizens, and we'll see you all in the verse. So yeah, are you guys excited for CitizenCon? I mean, you know, it's not the same digitally, but then I suppose a lot of us don't often get to travel to other countries to do these things. So yeah, it'll be nice. Be interesting to see what they've got planned for this year, and how they're going to wow us. But you know, we'll see. Anyway, but that is it. That is basically all the posts for this week. So we hope you like them. We hope you found them informative or amusing. And if you did like them, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. And don't forget to jump in that comment section and let us know your thoughts on these posts and you know, anything that we've discussed in this video. And if you haven't already, don't forget to check out our Valheim series. It's really awesome and we like it and we want to keep playing it, so please watch it. But no, it is pretty good fun. So yeah, check that out. But that is pretty much it. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you all on Thursday for our Star Citizen stream. If we don't see you, we will cry. Don't make us cry. And that's it. Thanks very much, and bye-bye.